Oh my God, we have lost by 2 goals to 1. A late Somerville winner, 89th minute. You have to say the Leeds deserved it. We were absolutely shite from the first minute to the last minute. Huffed and puffed. It wasn't good enough. This is going to be a tough watch. It's finished at Anfield. Liverpool 1, Leeds United 2. Yes, Van Dijk has lost his first home game in the league since he joined the club in January 2018. That's Van Dijk's first ever loss when he started the Anfield Liverpool in the league. My God, and did we give them hand? Did we give them 2 goals? Well, maybe the second goal was a good finish from Somerville, but the first goal, Gomez, Van and Allison, it was like Bambi on ice. Oh my God. Hit the like, hit the share. Let's get a few people in. Let's talk about it. I'm not even going to give ratings. I mean, the ratings, you don't want to hear the ratings other than maybe Robertson and Salah was half decent, but Nunez had 2 or 3 chances tonight. Certainly should have scored one of the 2 great chances he had, and I'm a little worried, and this is making me more worried. That is a huge 3 points. You can lose games, but you cannot be losing home games. You cannot be losing. Leeds are near the bottom as well. That's Leeds and Forest both at the bottom, and we've lost both of the games. We are in big trouble for top 4, guys. We are in huge trouble for top 4. After that, I don't know. We're going to need a miracle. We're going to need an absolute miracle. It doesn't get any easier. Spurs away in the league next. That's not going to be easy. And a tricky one to finish. Southampton at home. I mean, the way we're playing at the moment, I don't know. I absolutely don't know. The way this team are playing at the moment, they probably beat Spurs. I mean, this is the same team that beat Manchester City 2 weeks ago at Anfield 1-0 and absolutely wiped the floor with City. Within reason, but we're toe-to-toe with one of the best teams in the world, best team in Europe. And now to this sorry state. I mean, there's mistakes in the team. There's lethargic. They look tired. I don't even hear injuries and stuff like that. There was enough on that pitch tonight. To beat Leeds, but they just didn't do it. They don't have the heart, and that's even more worrying. That they don't have the heart. I mean, a Liverpool team, a Klopp team that doesn't have heart and intensity is absolutely wow. That's when you get worried. Why did Klopp not use more of the subs available on the bench, says Alan? Revenite FC, I'm sick of it, Dave. Have we just given up on the league altogether? Passive defending, absolutely pathetic, says Revenite. League's gone. League's been gone ever. To be honest, the league's gone since the Arsenal loss, to be fair. I mean, the league is gone. Way gone. Top 4 is what I was worried about. Finishing 4th is what I'd take 4th off you. I'd take your arm off now for 4th place. But they're just right now, they're not good enough. I know there's a break, there's a World Cup break and stuff like that, and anything can happen in the new year, anything can happen in the window and stuff like that. But at this moment in time, we're getting chances, we're not taking them, and we're giving up far too many chances. This team does never give up chances. You might get 1 or 2 chances against Liverpool over the years, but now we're giving 4 and 5 chances away. We're giving 4 and good chances at that. Not half chances, good chances where either Allison has to make a save or the striker misses. I mean, this is bad news. Henry, we got too many injuries and tiredness, aging team, but owners have got to open the checkbook and buy players. Well, look, guys, we've 4 league games this side of the window. There's nothing we can do. We'd 5 before tonight. We've 2 games before the World Cup. Spurs away, which won't be easy. And then Southampton. You've got to be winning your home games. We usually do. We had a really good home record. I think that's the first loss in 29 league games at home. Something like that. First loss in 29 league games at home. But that was... we started okay, actually, first minute or 2. And then 3-4 minutes in, what was Gomez thinking? Did he look up? No, he absolutely didn't. I'm on the beer tonight, baby. I think I'll have to be. Did he look up? Absolutely didn't. Allison slipped, yeah. But it wasn't exactly back to him, was it? It was to the other side of him. Didn't even look up. Bang, tap in. There's a goal. We'll give you a goal start. An assist from Gomez. We'll give you the goal. We gave you the goal. Then what can we do? Where's the reaction? We got a bit of a reaction, to be fair. Great ball in from Robertson. Robertson was one of our better players tonight. That's about it. Ball in, a nice finish from Salah. 1-1. You're thinking, okay, 14, 15 on the clock. Surely we can go on and win the game from here. But no, it was Leeds getting the chances. No, it was Allison pulling off the sides. No, it was just wide from Leeds. And it was good play from Leeds, the energy from Leeds. They had energy, we hadn't got energy tonight. That was the big problem. Imagine being at that game, paying into that game tonight at Anfield. Imagine paying into that game, the price of tickets. You know all about it. Big money on Saturday night and go home after that. You will not be a happy camper. Klopp didn't look happy, but he didn't help himself. Making substitutions at the wrong time. Should have brought on more players. It wasn't right at half time. I think the substitution should have been made at half time. It was crying for Henderson to come on at half time. It was crying for someone even like Carvalho to come on because Elliott had a poor game. He had a really, really poor. And Curtis Jones doesn't really give us anything coming on anyway. I mean, so this is the problem for Liverpool. What do you do? We do miss Jota. Yes. We miss Diaz. Yes. But we knew that. We knew that. But we've got to live with it this side of Christmas. Carvalho had to come on there for sure, says Revenant. Yeah, and this is the problem. I would have brought Hendo on for Fabinho, which he did, and I would have brought Carvalho on for Elliott. But he brought Curtis Jones on. So I just, I'm leaving it at that. You know what I mean? But it was really, really poor. I mean, it's not even worth giving ratings tonight. I mean, Robertson, you could say, was the only one that had a decent game. And even at that, a decent game, probably a 7 out of 10. Everybody's below 7. Salah for the goal. Yeah, did a lot of hard work. But didn't do enough. We didn't do enough. We looked shaky. Even Alisson looked shaky after that mistake with him and Gomez. We looked really, really shaky at the back. And every time Leeds went forward, they looked like they were going to score. It was too easy. The midfield was all over the shop. The midfield was all over the shop. And with the midfield all over the shop, your defence is going to get absolutely ravaged, which we did. Dave, I don't know most fans, but I would see more people turning Klopp out if we keep losing. Is there any chance he goes if we get better? I don't think Klopp goes. We're in a rebuild, guys. We're going to have to get used to this. We're in a rebuild. I mean, we're changing formations, we're changing players. Our midfield is old. We're going to need at least 2 midfielders, maybe 3 midfielders now in the next 2 windows between January and July. So there's so much that injuries don't help. Don't get me wrong. Injuries do not help the situation. And anybody who says they do, don't know what they're talking about. Injury to key players at the wrong time do not help, but it's more than that. It's more than injuries, guys. It's intensity. It's lack of intensity. It's, mistakes, individual mistakes. It's drop off of the spine. The spine of the team is just not playing like the spine of the team was even last year. That's the big problem for me. Van Dijk's not the Van Dijk that we've known to love. Fabinho in midfield just hasn't got the presence anymore. And up front, Salah is Salah, of course, yeah. But even Nunez tonight, 2 great chances. 2 to write himself into the books, the history book. 2 great chances, but the second chance, I think. You'd think he should have scored at least 1. Probably should have scored 2 of them, but certainly 1 of them. And it might have been a different score, it might have been a different game. At that time, we were starting to get on them. If you go 2-1 up, then it's a different game. Goals change games, and we didn't do it. Really poor game. Could have been a lot more, to be honest, as Mark. Yeah, we were poor tonight, guys. So let's get those likes up. Hit the like. Hit the share. The more likes, more people come in, the longer we stay on, the better chat we have. But my God, guys. Wow. Darwin's finish needs big work. I love him, but I back him, but it's a lot on him now. I don't think he's ready. Well, I mean, Elliott's been thrown in early as well, remember. Elliott has been thrown in really, really early. Earlier than probably Klopp wanted. Carvalho's been thrown in earlier than most would have wanted. But we've got Klopp sees these every day on the pitch. 3 times a day in Kirby and AXA training ground. So he knows what they can do and what they can't do and if they're ready and if they're not ready. You know what I mean? So it comes back to Klopp. Really does some strange decisions in the last 4 or 5 games. Really strange. Our form is just... I go into a game... I don't know about you guys, but I'm following Liverpool since the 80s. But usually at Anfield, you go into a game... This team is going to have to be good to beat us today. This team is going to have to absolutely fight for everything. Win everything. It's going to have a game in our lives to win here, or even to get a draw at Anfield. But now, teams are turning up. They're not afraid anymore. That Anfield Fortress Anfield thing is disappearing into the mist. And that's more worrying than anything, because that's hard to get back. You need that fortress. I think that's our first loss, to be fair, though. I think in 29 games, 29 league games, it's Alisson's first loss. The first time Van Dijk, the first time Van Dijk has lost a game at Anfield since January 2018. That's nearly 5 years ago. When he signed for us, he'd never lost a league game. Never lost a league game at Anfield. He's lost it tonight. Against Leeds. Fair play to Leeds. But they outfought us. That's what I'm worried about. It could have gone either way. Yes, it could have gone either way. But we shouldn't be talking about going either way when Liverpool are at home. Shouldn't be a toss of a coin. It should be control. It should be better finishing. Should be more control. You decide which way it goes. You decide the tempo. But we're not doing it. We're not deciding the tempo. And it does go back to midfield. It has to. I think it does go back to midfield. It really, really does go back to midfield. If your midfield isn't at it, your front line's not going to be at it, and your centre halves or your fullbacks are just not going to be at it. There's no protection. There's no protection. I'm in hospital watching this pathetic defending, ridiculous decisions in the other end. Then Jones, Milner. We need a massive reset, especially at the back. Could have been 4-1, says my friend Salvatore. Yeah, could have easily been 3-4-1. Could have been easy 3-4-1. Feel so deflated when we lose games like this. Same scenario we concede early on, says Mark. Look, I don't know. Maybe the World Cup's coming for us at the right time. I mean, but, it just puts pressure now. You have to be beating Spurs away. A draw might have been okay with the win tonight. I mean, we lost last week, 2 weeks ago to Forest. Or last week. That was embarrassing. That was even more embarrassing than this game because Leeds were decent tonight, but it's slipping away. Top four, Eamon Kelly, yeah, it is slipping away, sliding away. I mean, that's what 4 league games, 3 away, 1 at home. We lost to United, we lost to Arsenal, we've lost to Forest, and we've lost to Leeds. Liverpool lost 2 league games all last year. 2 league games, away to Leicester and away to West Ham. That was it. Even one season we only lost 1 game. We've lost 4. 4 league games already. United were the laughing stock. Man United were the laughing stock in the last year or two. We're becoming a bloody laughing stock. We are becoming a laughing stock. And my problem is Klopp looks like he doesn't know what to do next. That's my problem. What is going on? Is it something deeper at Liverpool? Is it just injuries? Is it just we didn't buy a midfielder or two in summer? We didn't, the midfield was getting too old, too creaky, too predictable, and we didn't replace at the right time. Yeah, maybe it's all those things. Actually, I think it's not just one thing. I mean, it's a lot of things. Midfield's too old, players are getting old, tired from last year, injuries to key players at the wrong time, no intensity, no tempo, no control in the games. 4 or 5 of the key top world-class players, were world-class players, are not playing even at 80%. They're dropping down into the 60, 50%, and that's the problem. The bench was weak tonight. Mark Forrest, you're absolutely right. If you have a Jota, if you have a Diaz on the bench, if you have a Diaz, a Jota on the bench, you can do so. We've no real striker on the bench. We had an Oxlade-Chamberlain. I mean, he's been out injured fucking nearly as much as Naby Keita. There's no game changer on the bench. Young Carvalho, but I mean, he's a young lad. There's no game changers on the bench. It's Leeds United, for Christ's sake. Lose a game, manager gets sacked. We will spend big in January, but it'll probably get another donkey who's always injured at the club. Sum it up for me, Jesus Christ. Oh my God, the slagging begins tonight, guys. That was absolutely poor, though. I mean, from minute 1, I mean, 4 minutes in, an absolute circus joke of a goal. I mean, Gomez does well initially. Shepherds the player out. He's going nowhere. Shepherds him out to the byline. And instead of looking up, I've seen Trent do this as well, looking up, seeing where Alisson is. Now, Alisson does usually stay central. Came out to the byline and then slipped. To make matters worse, if he wouldn't have slipped, he might have been able to get to it. But still, Gomez gave him a lot to do, really, didn't he? Van Dijk didn't read it because he says, there's no way he's going to do something silly like that. And your man Rodrigo runs in for a fucking tap in. They won the easiest goal you're ever going to get. And it's an uphill battle from there. That's the problem. The crowd goes down. The confidence goes down. That is the problem. We did react. Yes, we did on 14 minutes. Beautiful ball in from Robertson, who is the only one to come out with anything tonight, Robertson. Beautiful finish from Salah. But we'd 1 or 2 chances. Yes, we did. We'd 1 or 2 chances. Nunez had 2 great chances. But they had chances too. You know what I mean? Cop counts with Connor, the pathetic all round tonight, Dave. Don't know where we go from here, says Connor. Hit the like. That's where you go from here, baby. Jason Irish Red, something has got to change. We've got to win games, Jason. We've got to win games. I mean, we've Napoli at Anfield next, which it's a dead rubber, really. We've got Spurs away. We've 2 league games left this side of the World Cup. Spurs away, Southampton at home. I think we have a League Cup game thrown in against Derby. We've actually most games at Anfield. We just won away game, Spurs away, this side of the World Cup. I think the World Cup can't come any quicker for Liverpool. They've got to get to the World Cup with something. They've got to get to the World Cup 2 league wins, next 2 league. I'm saying today we need 7 points. We need 7 points from the 3 wins, from 3 games. 9 would be beautiful, but we need 7. We can only get 6 now, and that's beating Spurs away, Southampton at home. Squad can't really change that much. So what do we do? Well, to be fair, I'd be playing Kanate in beside Van Dijk for 2 league games. I think Gomez is just shot. I mean, look, he does some good things. He's got that pace, he can recover. But he does silly things. That back pass, I've seen him do it loads of times, or not look, or give away free kicks. Just silly things. That's hard to take out of a player doing it. And Carragher, I'm not mad about Carragher myself, but he was saying the exact same thing. There's a mistake. There is a mistake in Gomez, and the problem for Gomez is it's usually a big mistake. It's like a goalkeeper's mistake. When you make a mistake as a centre half or make a mistake as a goalkeeper, there's a good chance it's going to be a goal against you, isn't it? You know, and we gave Leeds the impetus. They were coming into this game a little bit apprehensive, I'm sure, coming to Anfield and probably saying, listen, try to get a draw, try to get something out of this, a bit of performance. To come away with 3 points? Are you joking me? I don't care about the league now. Let's just concentrate on the cups. We don't even deserve to be anywhere near the top six. My worry, do you know what my worry is, Jason? I'll tell you this. My worry for Liverpool would be that Europa, never mind the Europa League, that fucking Conference League. Imagine finishing 7th or something going into the now. That would be banter city. I'd rather finish 10th. I'd rather finish 10th. Seriously. Klopp relying on the same players far too long. It was bound to crash and burn at some point. We've reached that point now, says Eamon. Wow. Hit the like, guys. Hit the share. Let's get people in. Hit that like button and we'll get loads of people in. I think if we get to about 20, an algorithm changes and you get millions in. So let's go. Hit the like, guys. Hit the share. We'll stay on for a while because it's Saturday night. I have a beer in my hand and I'm not happy. Can't get relegated. Don't think we're going to get relegated, Mark. Fuck's sake. No, you don't want to finish. You don't want that Europa League is a fucking disaster. Top 4 looks like a distant memory now. Looks like a distant memory at this stage. Carl Daly, I'll save your seat for Newcastle bandwagon, Dave. Carlo, never happened. Those Saudi boys will never get me. You know that. I know that. I knew he'd pop in because Liverpool lost. Look at him. But great win for Newcastle. It was 4-0 today. But they're getting like City with all that oil money. You know what I mean? But look, Liverpool just so unbelievable. Flat is the word I'd use. I mean, even a draw 1-1 wouldn't be good anyway. But to lose is just compounding the bloody issue. A draw was no use. We drop 2 places if Man United lose. Oh, stop fucking hell. Maybe if the lower expectations, I don't know. There we are, beating Ajax 3-0 away, beating Rangers 7-1 away, winning games like that, doing okay, and losing to the likes of Forest. You can lose to United away. It's Old Trafford, it's a big derby, anything can happen. 2-1, we were a bit unlucky that day, didn't play well that day. Even the Arsenal game, we were a little bit unlucky, to be fair. Could have been a penalty, should have been a penalty, might have been a penalty. They're up at second, so they're a decent side. But to lose to a Forest away, and to lose at home to a low, Leeds are a decent side, but they're down the bottom of the table, is unforgivable, I think, to lose 2 games like that. I mean, you'd think you'd learned a lesson from the Forest game, but didn't. It's disjointed. Maybe it's the system. I don't know. Maybe it's the fact Nunez doesn't suit us. I don't know. He could have had 2 tonight. Against Forest, he could have scored tonight. He certainly should have had 1, maybe 2. And goals change games. If he scores that goal, 2-1, you probably win the game. You know what I mean? Just dreamt we win the Champions League, FA Cup, League Cup. Yeah, to keep dreaming, baby. No, look. The main thing for Liverpool. Look, I don't know. You've got to win games. Maybe it is a reset because the first time we've lost at Anfield in a long, long time. I know it has to happen sometime. The 29 match unbeaten run at home the league is gone. Van Dijk's 69 was it record 60 odd beaten at home in the league is gone. But I don't think we deserve. I mean, we were that poor. I mean, a draw probably would have been about right on chances, but can't really complain. Cannot complain about tonight. Leeds are very good. Took their chances. Kept going. Hit the crossbar. Could have had 1 or 2 other chances. Very dangerous. Pacey. Tempo. Wanted it. Rest in peace, mentality monsters, says Eamon Kelly. Jesus Christ. The drop off in the last, say, few months from here to here has just been Europa. Here we come. Might even make bleeding Europa League at this stage. Very end to end stuff. It was too end to end. It was too chaotic. I tweeted that it was far too chaotic, far too open. I don't like games that are far too open. That means your midfield's out of it. It's not controlling the game. They're just bypassing your midfield and are coming at your defence. And our defence is rocky, and it was again tonight. So if it's an open game, you're in trouble. I'm getting so much stick from the blue mob and the other mates. Honestly, it's a joke. Even the Everton fans are slagging you. Now you know that's a joke. I mean, if Everton fans are slagging you, you're in trouble. I mean, this is just, Everton fans start slagging us. We are in a shit show. I don't know what Klopp does after that. I mean, I don't know even what Klopp does. I'm worried now. I'm really worried now. The only thing is there is a break. Obviously, there's a reset for the World Cup and stuff, which is going to be weird and crazy. Maybe it's come at the right time for us, to be fair. Maybe it's come at the right time. In another about 3 weeks, there'll be a reset for the World Cup. But where do we go from here, guys? Did anybody stand out tonight for you? As I say, I'm not even going to do ratings. It's not even worth doing ratings after a loss. Other than Robertson. Robertson was decent, to be fair. Do you think we should try three at the back? I was thinking of three at the back at one stage with Kanate, Matip and Van Dijk. He might do it, but is he going to change it now? I don't know. We supposedly got 7 players at the World Cup. Yeah, a lot of teams have a lot more than 7. I think we're one of the lowest in the top 7, 8 teams. So there's no excuses. It was so bad tonight, guys. So poor. The intensity is gone. That book, I think it'll have to be rewritten by Pep Linders, and a lack of intensity instead of intensity. We've got to do something and change quickly, because that was a shit show tonight. I mean, it was lacking intensity, lacking courage, lacking control, which most of our games have been lacking control. And that's the biggest worry for me, especially in Anfield. At Anfield, our fortress Anfield. We had 3 at the back in the 90s with Ruddock, Bab and Scales, and we're awful. Oh my God, they were awful though, those 3, weren't they? Fuck's sake. Scales is probably half decent, but the other 2 were terrible. The other 2 were absolutely terrible. John Scales was half decent, a big blonde bombshell, as they say. Hit the like, guys. Let's get that up to 20 likes. Let's go. Go. Can't afford to go 3 to back. He won't go 3 to back now. I mean, Kanate's back in the squad as well. We could do it, but can't see it. My mate travels from Surrey and season ticket holder. He just texts to do, I want the ticket for the rest of the season. Fuck's sake. Oh, Jones is awful. I'm sorry, says Luis Diaz. The real Luis Diaz. Jones has been poor. He really has been poor. Elliott was really, he's only a young lad. Look, one of his worst games tonight, Elliott. I know he was substituted, but the ball kept bouncing off him. Even though it looks it. Yeah, and Gomez is there. I don't know. I mean, Gomez has had so many chances. He's filled in. He's had decent games. He was brilliant against City. I mean, how can he be brilliant against Man City, against Haaland, and against all these top players, and be so bad against Forest, and be so bad against Leeds? Bottom table teams that are gonna be fighting relegation still. Even though they beat us, we handed them fucking 3 points. You know what I mean? Problem with that, Henry, is who's going to buy them? They're injury prone. They're on big wages. Can't just offload them. They're all on 70, 80 grand a week, and that's the lower level players with injuries. You're going to buy someone for 4 years on 70, 80 grand a year that mightn't even be there for maybe 20 games a season. It's not easy to offload players. That's the problem with Liverpool. You can't just offload players with big, bloody wages. It doesn't work. Elliott played a few good balls in tonight. Now, he was decent enough, but it was one of his... He just hadn't got the control in his game, hadn't got the confidence tonight. I don't think Elliott. I just don't think his confidence was there tonight, young Elliott. So I don't, we will give a ratings. Do you know what? I'm going to give ratings because I don't usually when we fucking lose. But Alisson, was he at fault for part of the goal? Possibly. Slipped. It was a terrible ball back from Gomez. So I'm going to give Alisson a 6. He wasn't quite at it. Ever since that goal went in, he was... pulled off 1 or 2 good saves, but wasn't quite at it. 6 for Alisson. Robertson, probably the player of the... Well, it's not man of the match for Liverpool, but Liverpool's player of the match has to be Robertson. I'm going to give him a 7. But that's as high as it goes. His assist for Salah, of course. And then you have Van Dijk. Van Dijk's a 6 and Gomez is a 5. I have to give Gomez a 5. It was a mistake. You can't be doing things like that 4 minutes in. You just can't be doing... He didn't look up. Maybe he thought Alisson would be there, but didn't look up. It's always a mistake in Gomez. But unfortunately, this mistake was a goal. On the other side, Trent was okay tonight. Did okay. No real mistakes from him. Got caught once or twice before your man hit the post. He got ahead of him. Harrison, I think it was, smashed it off the post. Should have been 2-0 at that stage. But 6 for Trent. Midfield just was not at it tonight. I mean, Fabinho, I don't know what's going on there. If anybody can ring Rebecca Tavares on the phone and ask what is going on with Fabinho, he has not been right since the start of the season. A 5 for Fabinho. 5 for Thiago. One of Thiago's worst games tonight, actually. He wasn't great. Even some of his passing, which is his trademark, was just not on it tonight. And young Harvey Elliott, probably one of his worst games at Liverpool, could not control the ball. Did a few nice little things. You'd expect that. But a 5 for Harvey as well. I mean, really poor. And up front, Salah with the goal, you have to give him a 6. Didn't do too much. Nunez, guys, my God, he had 2 great chances. He really did have 2 chances to change the game and change the flow of the game. You've got to be taking chances like that. 2 unbelievable chances. Fought hard, fought for the ball, did his best. But because of missing 2 chances like that, it has to be a 5 as well. Bobby, a lot of running, a lot of link play, selfless stuff. A 6 for Bobby. But Robertson getting not man of the match. There's no man of the match tonight for Liverpool, but you know what I mean. Robertson getting 7 out of 10. That's as high as it goes at Anfield against Leeds. That tells a story in itself. Okay, Henderson came on, did okay. Not enough. Milner, what can we expect from Milli Vanilli? I mean, coming on. So, the subs didn't really make any real difference. Curtis Jones didn't do great either, did he? I mean, it has to be out on Curtis Jones. I mean, I don't know. I know Klopp loves him. But Liverpool, Champions League, start the season going for quadruple last year, to have someone like Curtis Jones thinking they're going to get in, starting 11 midfield. I think we need a slightly higher, good squad player, no doubt about it, but a bit higher we need. Maybe in January it'll come, but at that stage it could be too bloody late. Could be too late. Klopp needs a rest, a reset. He kept going on since his mum died. Look, I mean, Alisson's dad passed away. Klopp's mum passed away. We've had COVID. We've had intensity. 63-match seasons last year. Crazy fucking seasons. 2 games away from ridiculous retirement zone. You know what I mean? Win the quadruple, it's all over. How better can it get than that? But the drop off has just been. It's too much. There's something else going on behind. I don't know what it is. There's just something not right. Maybe they believe in that intensity book them too much, and it's clouded their judgment. I don't know. We can't control a game anymore. We're all over the place. Total meltdown since May, says MDF. The control is huge. There's no control. We used to set the tempo, especially at Anfield, but even away from home. We were the teams that when we turned up, set the bloody tempo. We were the guys who said, right, if we play today, we win the game. 99% of the time. You could be unlucky in games, but most of the time, we set the tempo. We take our chances. We play the way we want to play. We win the game. But it's not like that anymore. It is not like that anymore, because we're rarely playing like the way we want to play the game. It's other teams imposing their tempo or imposing their game on us. And that's the big bloody difference. Thiago is our only consistent player, says Louis. Look, Thiago was okay tonight, but not great. He wasn't pulling up, flowers or weeds anywhere. About a 6 for Thiago. He wasn't great. He was trying. That's the only bit we had in midfield that could actually pass the ball or could actually any sort of creativity, because Elliott was totally off it. But what do we do from here? Paul Owens outfought, outrun yet again, way too open and conceded the first goal again. Gomez, another Lovren. Oh my God. He's calling him Joe Lovren. Oh my God, Joe Lovren. It's a bit harsh, but I know what you mean. I mean, Matip just showed you. Matip, Van Dijk, totally different level, wasn't it? Matip and Van Dijk. Never mind even Kanate. Matip, Van Dijk was the one for me. Emergency surgery is needed, guys. Hope we are all on the same page. Dejan Gomez, he's calling him. Dejan Gomez. Deja vu, more like. Can you see top-class players come to Liverpool with the way we are playing at the moment? Look, there's a lot of stuff going on at Liverpool at the moment. There's an awful lot of stuff, and we got to fix it quick. Really quick. North Red, there is no doubt that something is rotten back room. All these rumours about medical staff not getting on with the doctor. No doctor is a top team. Something is wrong. I think there is something wrong. Something nabby. Look, there's issues everywhere. I don't know. Of course. You don't know. I don't know. It just seems to be whatever's going on in the background is manifesting itself on the bloody pitch. So maybe not. I don't know. But certainly not Rosie in the garden. Not Rosie in the garden for Liverpool. But what do we do, guys? I mean, you know, we have a World Cup in what, 3 weeks? I think the World Cup's coming. It's going to probably save us. The World Cup will probably give us a chance to bloody reset. It'll give us a 4 or 5 week reset. It might give us some sort of rest. I know they're playing AC Milan, I think, in Italy in some friendly. They have to play 1 or 2 friendlies and, that type of thing. But it'll give bloody a reset, and we need a reset. So a little rest, reset for the players that don't go away. Maybe a Klopp reset. Maybe, rewrite that intensity book, Pep Linders, and say lack of intensity is the new book. I think FSG and Klopp need to talk about the vision going forward. They always talk about the vision going forward, Henry. I mean, that's what they've done. I mean, Klopp signed on for a new deal till 2026. Do you not think he sat down with FSG and said, listen, right, we're bringing Nunez in, we're doing this, right. The midfield's getting a bit old. Profiles, the age profile is not quite right. We might like a Jude Bellingham or someone like that. I know we are in for Tuchemeni, who have ultimately went to Real, but I mean, if Real are looking for you, if Real are looking for Jude Bellingham, he goes to Real, doesn't he? Let's be real, guys. If it's a straight shootout between Liverpool and Real Madrid next year for Jude Bellingham, I know where Jude Bellingham goes. It's not Liverpool. That's my worry. I still don't think he's coming to Liverpool. I just think the wages, the deal's too much. But we need something in that midfield. We need some energy in that mid, an injection. We need ingenuity, creativity, whatever you want to call it. But I think we need even more than that now. We need more than that. Maybe even need a destroyer in the midfield. Can't afford Jude now, says Mark. There you go. With the new 7,000 seater at the Anfield Road end, guys, coming in start of next season. I mean, the drop off has just been ridiculous. I mean, it's Saturday night, so I'm going to stay on ranting here for about an hour because hit the like, hit the share, let's get people in. We'll stay on for a while because this could be a long one. I mean, it's Banter City now. It's Banter City for Liverpool. I don't see Naby at Liverpool player anymore. Never available, says Eamon. I mean, Naby lad gets injured playing Monopoly. Let's be real. Rolling the dice, he'll get injured. I think he's back in training. He's probably back injured. I don't know. But he's in training. Did something happen there in the background? Maybe. I don't know. But there is something going on. It kind of looks now that the show is up for Henry just before the transfer window closed. Was FSG were laying down the law. Klopp can only take so much. He's only human. This is a crisis, is not red. Is it a crisis, guys? What do you think? We can have a chat about FSG. We can talk about who you want in January. Is it a crisis? The way we've been playing under Klopp since he came in October 2015, okay, we had a rough 18, 12 months to get his players in. It wasn't his team. To get his, intense style, his tempo, his Gengen pressing and all. You'll forgive him for that. We lost in the Europa League final against Sevilla and stuff like that. League Cup and penalties, the City. But since 2017, 2018 season, that mad, crazy season where we were gung-ho, Champions League final, got beaten by Madrid for an overhead kick. Of course, Karius, don't mention his name. But that was an unbelievable, exciting season. We looked good. We were attacking. We were exciting to watch. Ever since then, up until the start of this season, it's been a roller coaster ride. It's been an absolute roller coaster. I've said it. Look back, even a year or two ago. Football is cyclical, guys. It is very, very hard to keep that intensity up with the same players for a long time. We missed 3 windows, not 1 window, not this summer. We missed 3 windows. The summer we missed a big window was the summer when we brought in a Kabak and a Davies in the January. And then that summer we brought hardly anybody in. The year we won the league, we're bringing in Minamino. You know what I mean? You have to bring in top quality start 11 players. First 11 international 60, 70 million pound players, not 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 million pound players. That was the mistake. And the longer you leave it, the window that you don't invest, it clogs back up and you're stuck with maybe 3 windows to do in 1 window. And that's where the money comes into it, and you don't have the bloody money. You keep intensity up by upgrading, need fresh players. Exactly, Northred. Yep. Intensity, you need fresh, young, hungry players that are going to fight for every ball. They're going to fight for a corner, free kick. There's still players there that have it. I mean, Robertson was decent tonight. There's players that have it. But I just think the midfield, the most important fulcrum, the bearing in the clutch, or whatever you want to call it, that midfield was unbelievable. Genie will line them. Maybe it goes back to Genie, letting Genie go. I know it was season before last, but his energy in that midfield, you couldn't get the bloody ball. If you had the ball in the midfield coming at Liverpool and you had a Henderson, a younger Henderson, you had a younger Fabinho, and you had a Genie, just three Rolls Royces with engines to burn running at you, not giving you a second on the ball, not giving you a second to settle, protecting the back four. That's the big thing. A lot of selfless run the likes of Genie did. And Fabinho at his best, to be fair. But now there's no protection in the midfield, and they are just running through the midfield. I've never seen it like this before under Klopp. Players going by players, going by 2-3 players, as if they weren't there. This is starting to feel like Gerrard's last season. Oh my God. It's the same with normal work, isn't it, Dave? That's why there's a high turnover of staff. You've got to keep the line refilling and well. Otherwise, the well runs dry. Yeah, it's a bit like McDonald's drive-thru. There's always something different on. You ask for Big Mac and fries and usually get something different. The same person isn't always on. You need to refresh. And look, we haven't been doing it. Now the big question mark is, what does FSG do January? It could be too late. The damage could be already done. That's my problem. That's why maybe the World Cup does come at the right time. It gives us some chance of reset, but we still got 2 league games left. And we got to get something out of them, but it's slipping. No, I'm not on Stella. I'm on just a cheap Czech beer, Pratsky or something it's called. But I need something after that. Absolute. And we're becoming a laughing stock. That's an even worse part for me. We were bantering United last year. We were bantering Arsenal last. Spursy. We're becoming Spursy. We're becoming Liverpoolsy. That's what we are becoming, guys. And I don't know. Klopp looks dumbfounded and worrisome. It's worrisome. Some ridiculous ideas, suggestions on here, says Salvatore. Just no losing Klopp. It'll be like Derby sacking Klopp. There'll be marches and protest. No, Klopp. Look. Klopp's staying. Relax. No one's saying Klopp's leaving. Nobody's saying Klopp's leaving. If they want FSG out, yeah, Klopp is a different story. We need fresh players. Klopp needs to be backed, basically. I know I haven't really shouted about it from the high, from the rafters or from the cop end or whatever. But I think it's glaringly obvious now. It is glaringly obvious now. They'll point to injuries. Yes, they will. They'll point to the likes of Diaz and Jota and Kanate and Matip and Naby and all these players coming back after the World Cup and go, well, your squad looks at. No, we need, especially in that midfield, Arthur Mello. I mean, what happened there? Let's be real. Arthur Mello, that was another bleeding joke, an absolute joke. He kicked the ball twice and he's out injured now. Probably never played for Liverpool. FSG will put up a new stand on the cop before we get new players in, says Henry. Oh my God. Did I think I'd be doing videos like this? No. Absolutely no. I was confident going into that game today. I said 2-0 in the show yesterday. I just thought Leeds weren't quite at it. I think they lost 7. They lost 6 and drawn 2 on the last day. Lost 6, drew 2. I mean, we last year and the last 4 years, to be fair, we've been breaking records. We have been shattering all types of records. Winless runs, goals for, clean sheets, points totals, trophies, absolutely every record. And now, not only are we're breaking records the wrong way. The Anfield record's gone. Monty, you'll never walk alone. Pulisic, would he fit in? I always like Pulisic. Injury prone. I know Klopp likes him. I think Klopp tried to sign him when he was at Dortmund. He went to Chelsea, of course. I like him. We need a bit of steel in the midfield, I think, now. Something like a Kante or someone like that. But who is it? Who's out there? Who is it? I think it's crisis talks. I think Klopp goes in tonight now. Or tomorrow, maybe. I don't know what he does. I mean, talking and, what's going on here. The last 16, Champions League is nice. It's nice. It's beautiful. Put it in the back burner till February. Of course, it's very important. But the league's bread and butter. Arthur Mello is the new Ben Davies. Who scored today for the Spuds? Harry Kane didn't score today, actually. And that was another one that went against us today. Spurs, they were 2-0 down against Bournemouth and he came back and won 3-2. Chelsea got hammered by Brighton 4-1. Potter at his own team. Wow, Brighton really turned up there. And I'm saying to myself, right, Brighton hammering Chelsea. I was hoping Spurs would have did something, maybe a draw there. And then we say, right, we need 3 points tonight. After that diabolical shit show against Forest. Oh my God. Ramsey and Duac should come up. That young Ben Duac guy off Celtic. Ramsey, of course, from Aberdeen. Maybe. I mean, we've got that League Cup game against Derby and Anfield just before the World Cup in the League Cup. And we've got the Napoli game, which is more or less a dead rubber. We're not going to beat Napoli 4-0 to bleed and win the group, are we? He said mellow as quickly as he said goodbye. Melodramatic. Mellow. Yellow, more like. Oh my God. Where do we go from here, guys? Hit the like. Hit the share. Let's get people in. Let's chat about this absolutely diabolical result. Liverpool losing by 2 goals to 1 to Leeds. Oh my God. It's not even a major shock anymore. It would have been a shock last year. Of course it would have been. It's not a major shock anymore. And that's even more worrisome. It just gets worse, as Mark. Van Dijk's record gone. Liverpool's home record gone. We get up for the Champions League games because of the money. I rate Ajax better than Leeds. Well, look, there you go. I mean, but to be fair, Eamon, that game was in Ajax. Been unlucky to lose 3-0, to be fair. I mean, up to before Salah scored in that game, we were ultra shy. We were really, really lucky to be 0-0 just before Salah scored. They should have been a goal ahead, possibly 2. We were lucky in the West Ham game. That should have been a draw. Only for Milner putting his foot in the last second. Newcastle, Carvalho, last second. I mean, there's been games where we just, we haven't been great in any of the games, other than maybe Bournemouth winning 0-0. Bournemouth 9-0. And all this shite thrown in. How's your day going, says Carl. How's my night going? It's killing me. It's this. I mean, to be fair, I haven't had much of this to do. I'm doing this over 4 years, and most of the time, match reactions or any type of show about Liverpool, 95% of the time has been pretty good. Stay off Twitter, lads. It's been unbelievable. The banter. Whole of the league is all over us. Yeah, and shouldn't they be all over us? Because we were absolutely shite tonight. I mean, absolutely shite. City were lucky today. I watched the game against Leicester. Leicester probably should have got a draw. What a shot in Tielemans off the crossbar. It was a good save, Madison, but we can't be worried about City. We can't be worrying about even Arsenal. We got to worry about ourselves. We have got to turn this around, and I mean quickly. We got to be beating Spurs away now. We got to be beating Spurs away. Another weekend ruined, says Andrew. Pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Weekend ruined by Liverpool not turning up or being, I don't know, it's static. I don't know if it's embarrassed. I don't know what it is. Klopp has just been interviewed and said the lads are really tired. Oh, for fuck's sake. We are not even in the same conversation as City. We are becoming a mid-table team, says Sir Oswald. Neil Trainer, my brother, is in the house. They'll probably go out and beat Spurs and draw with Southampton. Well, that's Liverpool, Neil. That's Liverpool all season. We can beat the likes of City at home. We can beat Ajax away. Rangers, I know they're shite, but beat them 7-1 away. Beat Newcastle, a good Newcastle side. And get beaten by Forest, beaten by Leeds, right at the bottom. I mean, it's just... Someone did say to me today, it wouldn't surprise me if Liverpool lost tonight, because it's just... But I was confident. I had to say, I did predict the Liverpool win. Of course I did. We're home. Our home record's been good. Even our away record is absolutely terrible. Our home record has carried us through. But now that's shattered. Dalmazed is in. Nunez is the type of player to score a hat-trick, get sent off, and score an own goal in the same game. Should have scored tonight, Darwin, though, shouldn't he? I mean, I don't want to be too hard on him, but he should have at least one. He had 2 great chances, should have one. Definitely should have one. Goals change games. We'll probably beat Spurs, then lose next week. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Oh my God. Where does it go from here, guys? Where does it go from here? That's the question. We got to be asking ourselves, what do we do now? We can look to January, but that's still 4 league games away. We've 2 more this side of the World Cup, 2 after the World Cup. So no matter who comes in January, we still got 12 points to play for. I would play the kids against Napoli. Why not? Well, an embarrassing hammering 4-5-0 there wouldn't be good either. So you be careful. Now, I'd be playing the likes of an Ox. I'd be playing the likes of a Kanate. Players are coming back into the fold. Simicus, Kelleher, these type players. But we've no one up front. Maybe bring the likes of Ben Doak and one of the young lads up. But I just don't know what to do. And the League Cup, I do the same. We can't be worried about League Cups, FA Cups this year. We've got to just concentrate in the league and Champions League, get points in the league. Top four is really going to be hard, says Neil. That is an understatement, my friend. Absolute understatement. Who would have thought 12 league games in that Liverpool would have lost 4? 4 losses. 4 losses. We only lost 2 all last season. And both away from home, West Ham and Leicester. West Ham, Leicester, both by 1 goal. And we've lost 4 already. Embarrassing. Oh my God. That's not going to happen. Klopp out. It's complete bullshit. Absolute bullshit. Well, look, whose fault is it? Is it Klopp? Is Klopp even asking for the players? Maybe he is. Maybe I won't be watching Match of the Day tonight. Everyone will point back to FSG and say they didn't invest. Did Klopp ask for players? I think he hinted at maybe he did. In other words, I don't sign the checkbook. Maybe. But I don't know. I think it could be deeper than that. I really do. Michael Edwards left, of course. Things went right downhill when he left. Julian Ward's there. The board don't give Klopp the money. There you go. That seems to be the consensus. It's stupid, but people are allowed their opinions. Have your opinion, no problem. We will get top 4 easy because after the World Cup, players are back, hopefully signed. Look, I'm not totally writing off top 4. Not in October. Not with a World Cup sandwiched in between, as you just said. But we're making it hard. We're really, really making it hard on ourselves to get anything out of the season. I would have easily taken the draw. What's he on about? We need wins, pals. Yeah. Well, the way we played tonight, a draw was about right. I mean, there's no way. You know, a draw would have been about right on chances and all that. Klopp will never throw his players under the bus. So he will use excuses, but there are serious issues at the club, says Sir Oswald. Can't wait to read Klopp's book in a few years. Yeah. It would probably be called Don't Read Intensity. It's Klopp's new book. But I didn't read the book. I haven't read Intensity anyway. Just have not read it. But it just seems to be... I also think it's... Look, every mistake Liverpool making, and every team makes mistakes, even the top teams, we're getting punished. I don't know whether you noticed this. It's a running thing. It runs through every game. But every mistake Liverpool makes, we get punished with a goal. Or a card or something. And that in itself is unbelievable. We do make a lot of mistakes though. Wasn't the right conditions. Klopp will soon have time to write Oh, Sir Oswald throwing it in there. Look, I want Klopp to stay till at least 2026, maybe longer. It's the playing staff have got to be doing it on the pitch. That team he put out was decent enough to be... Like, it was the team I would have called tonight. I mean, Van Dijk, Matt Gomez... Robbo, Trent, Allison, Fab, Thiago. I was delighted to see Thiago, but everybody was uplifted to see Thiago on the pitch with Fab, Thiago, young Elliott. Couldn't leave him out. He's been brilliant for us. And then Mo, Nunez, and Bobby. And I mean, Nunez, Thiago coming in, everybody was in dreamland. And we lost the game 2-1. How does that happen? How does that happen? I still don't agree with Klopp. Late subs sometimes. To be fair, he made subs on, was it a 59? He made a double sub. Curtis and Hendo came on for Elliott and Fab. To be fair, probably the right substitutions. I would have brought Carvalho on earlier. I really would have. He gives us something. Why does he leave it so late? Look at the last 7, apart from Man City. And there's a clear gap. Oh my God. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Hit the like. Hit the share. Milner was a good decision because Trent was tired. Yeah. Maybe. But I would have wanted something more up front. We need to win the game. A draw was no use. Klopp knows he's not being backed, but never going to say it while he's in the post. Well, that'd be suicide, wouldn't it? That'd be, you don't say things like that. And the bosses are watching. Yeah, Klopp always completes his contract, so he'll stay. I'm not, look. Klopp will probably look at it as part of a challenge, a big challenge, to bring us back up to close to where we were even last year. He'll say, right, I need this player, say 3 players at least. All our players back, I need these 3 to bring us back to this level. There's the checkbook. Will it happen? I don't know. But January could be huge. January could be huge. We need like a Diaz. We brought Diaz in January, gave everybody a lift. Came in, gave everybody a lift and pushed us on, and we almost won everything. We need something like that in January. Reality check, a system that all clubs now figure out. Average players cost a fortune. Creative players, a few far between. Aging players, creativity. Balls, fight for every ball. Players, what's that say? Players cost, I'm trying to read that back again. Every ball, players cost bundles are big money, big, huge wages, big contracts. Tuchel has went to clubs that Klopp has been at the season after. No, well, don't want Tuchel, want Klopp. We want Klopp. I would rather play Nat Phillips in defence at the moment ahead of Gomez. Oh my God, Sir Oswald. I don't think we'll have a big transfer window. We never really do. Look, we won't. I'm not saying we'll have a big window in January, but we need to do something, and something substantial. Not a stopgap Mello or a Ben Davies or a Kabak. Something substantial that could actually play the second half of the season, and you'd be happy enough to have him in midfield. Whatever they're going to do. I mean, we'll have a Jota, we'll have a Diaz back, so up front we should be okay. It's the midfield. That's the problem. But there's a lot of stuff for Klopp to do. There's a lot of work needed, guys, at this club, and to get us back to somewhere close to. But the drop-off is just astounding. Even pros and people watching it, top pro, ex-Liverpool players saying, what has happened at the club? It'll probably all come out in a book in about 10 years' time, 5 years' time. Something happened behind the scenes, maybe, or maybe it isn't. Maybe it is just tiredness. Maybe it is just injuries. Maybe it is just lack of investment. Maybe it's as simple as that. And there's no conspiracy theory. When Klopp extended his contract, surely he had agreements that he was happy with. Now that I want to know where they are, because he isn't that exactly, Carl. When Klopp and Salah and Mo Salah signed the extension, that took ages to bloody write and say, right, here's your contract till 2026. Salah as well. Surely Salah said, well, okay, Nunez was coming in at that stage. Mane was going. But every year, every window, you add a player in. You're getting quality. I want to be up there fighting. Surely Klopp and Salah said that. Question mark. Look, I don't think Nunez is going to be a flop. I don't think Nunez is going to be a flop. I think Nunez is okay. He had 2 chances tonight. He should have scored at least one. Changes the game, probably wins you the game. He was getting in the right places. It's confidence. It's all about confidence as well. It really is. I remember Suarez when he came to Liverpool at first. Couldn't hit a barn door for the first 6, 8 months. Once he went in a run of goals, he couldn't stop, and he was just ridiculous. I'm not saying Nunez is Suarez. They're both Uruguayan, but you know what I mean. Gomez is finished, and Fabinho, says Carl. Look, he's young, but my problem with Gomez is he's made so many mistakes. He hasn't learned from those mistakes. It's not one mistake. It's not 2 mistakes. It's a few mistakes, and usually it's a big mistake. It's a mistake where it's a goal or a match-changing, thing. For us, we usually need to score first. Then the crowd is up. Then the players are up. The confidence is up. But we're letting in goals. Is that 7 goals, 7 games we've let in the first goal? And it's an uphill battle. I think losing the league by 1 point, losing the Champions League final, has got to the players. Yeah, but Neil, remember, The season we lost the Champions League final against Madrid, the first one we lost the overhead by Bale, we went on to finish behind City by 1 point and win the Champions League in 2019. The following season, 2020 season, of course, which was, we won the league. The following season, we had a lot of injuries, of course, centre halves and stuff like that. We finished fourth. We actually finished fourth that season. I don't know how we finished fourth with 6 losses at Anfield or whatever it was. The last time we lost at Anfield, we'd no Van Dijk. The following season, you know, we win the League Cup, FA Cup, almost a quadruple. So every season there's been a reaction, or there's been we still could win the Champions League. Number 7, of course, it's possible. We're in the last 16. Unlikely, but possible. Because we've been usually hard at the beating the Champions League. But what I'm saying is, the bread and butter's the league. The bread and butter's the league. I don't want to have to win the Champions League to get back into the Champions League next year. You know what I mean? I want to get top 4. I want to finish at least 4th. You know, okay, if someone said you're going to win the Champions League and that's how you get back into it, absolutely. But all the pressure to win it. But without Mo, we would be near relegation, says Henry. Yeah, you could say that, maybe. But there's big decisions to be made at Liverpool, guys. Big decisions. But tonight was just... I'm not hugely shocked. I'm shocked because we don't lose games at home. You know, we really don't. It's Van Dijk's first loss ever at home in the league. And he signed in 2018, January. It's his first in 29 league games at home that we've lost ever since that games 2 years ago. They beat the famous 5 or 6 games in a row. So that is a shock. But it's not a shock to see the way the teams are playing against us and the confidence teams against us have. That's not a shock, and that's more worrying. Hit the like, guys. Let's get that up to 30 likes. Let's go. What are we, 56 minutes in? We stay on for another while. Let's get that like button up. Let's go. The longer we stay on, the better. Are we missing Mane? Look, probably. But Mane was gone. He wanted to go. He said it last Christmas. I want to go. You can't keep Mane if he doesn't want to go. You might have had a sulky Mane at the club, and who knows what would have happened. You know what I mean? Possibly. You're going to miss a player like Mane, his quality, what he gave us, his intensity, his literally running style. We're actually missing Jota, and we're missing Diaz as well. We're missing those two who still play for the club. You know, we're missing Jota and we're missing Diaz. They're out injured. If they were there or even on the bench, we'd have a better chance of winning games. We can't talk about Mane. Mane's gone. Mane's history. He's at Bayern Munich. We could come up against them in the last 16. Imagine that. Mane, Bayern Munich, Liverpool. Now that would be interesting. We can't worry about Mane. That is water under the bridge. We've got to get our act together. We've got to have the players back and ready to roll after this World Cup. But we still have 2 league games left. And I think we've got to win the 2 of them. Spurs away, Southampton home. Wow. And these shows are getting harder and harder to do because it's so unusual for us to do. Be down in the dumps, losing games. It's the match reactions are so different when you lose a game. We've been so good the last 4 or 5 years. We've been ridiculous the last 4 or 5 years, Liverpool, as a club. Unbelievable. Spoiled, probably. Spoiled rotten. It's not rocket science. We've held onto injury-prone, aging, fringe players for far too long. Simply don't invest. FSG simply don't invest in the team. We got a teenager from Celtic, a goal machine. Get him into the squad. That is Ben Doak, or Doak. Yeah, he scores a lot of goals. He'll get a chance. Might even get a chance in the Napoli game. He'll get a chance in the Derby League Cup game at Anfield in 3 weeks. But what do we do, guys? Where do we go from here? The window's the other side of Christmas. What do we do? And we never replaced Genie, says Carl. There you go. Yeah, we didn't really know. That was a big, decision at the time. Genie did so much unselfish work, let me say. The energy levels, the mentality. Come up with the odd goal. We all know what he did in the semi-final against Barcelona, of course, with the 2 goals. But he did it against Newcastle, he did it against City, scoring goals, headers. He'd come up with a goal, he'd come up with something. But it was what he did in midfield. It was the selfless donkey work, winning the ball, tackling, just awkward, not giving you time on the ball. There's nobody there with that energy in the midfield at the moment. We just don't have them. When Naby Keita is fit, maybe, but when is he fit? When is he fit? When is Naby Keita available? That's my problem. We are miles away from top four at the moment. With no investment in January, we've no chance, says Paul. Absolutely no chance. Do you know if Ramsey from Aberdeen is injured again? I think he's in training, but he's been out so bloody long. He wasn't on the bench tonight, I don't think. Hopefully gets a game maybe in the league. Could be played in an under-21 game. Last week I think he lost 3-2 to Accrington, but I mean, he's not going to throw him in either, is he? Really? I mean, he's Trent. He's covered for Trent. He's going to throw him in when Liverpool are under pressure and needing results, and a young lad like that, 19-year-old. I don't know. I really don't know. I think it's midfield, to be fair. The midfield does it for you. The midfield does everything. It controls your front three, lets them do what they want without worrying having to track back because it's protecting the back four. If you don't have your midfield, which we have not had this season, that's where it all stems from. I think. That's exactly where it all stems from, guys. And I'm worried, I have to say, I'm a little worried. The form has just dipped big time by Liverpool, and it's just not there. It's not there at the moment. What do we do? Shankly was too loyal at first to his team in the 60s. Took him 3 years to rebuild, says Eamon. Well, I mean, Klopp's there 7 years now. It was 7 years in early October, so just gone. It was the 7th or 8th of October we came in, 2015. Turned us from doubters into believers, but at the moment we're unbelievers. We're not unbelievers, but we're unbelievably bad. When you look at the midfield, just think of the last of the summer wines, Carl. It's a bit similar to the last of the summer wine midfield, all right, yeah. Very similar, but look, what do we do? What we Klopp needs backing. We all know Klopp needs backing in January straight away, and certainly next summer. But they're definitely in January because we need to get behind the manager and get behind the team right now because they're low. They are low. Carl, you are spot on, says Sir Oswald. Come on, guys, get that like up to 30. Let's go. Hit that like. Has Yanks' purchase of Brazilian clubs gone, though? That'll stop Yanks spending big in January? I don't know. Problem with FSG is they have a structure. We know they have a policy, a wage structure, a transfer structure and policy, and they'll stick by it, won't they? Unless they... I mean, when we needed a really world-class goalkeeper, what happened with Karius? We brought in Alisson, who was world record at the time. I know Kepa beat him a week or two later, but he was world record for a goalkeeper from Roma. Then we said, right, we need a centre-half. When Lovren went, we need a centre-half. We bring in a world at the price, before Maguire was the world price for centre-half. Van Dijk, huge when he brought him in January 2018 from Southampton. You know, Salah was a snip, let's be real. Salah was an absolute snip. Cost £1 billion, I've been told. £1 billion. We need a rebuild, and we need a rebuild of confidence. That's what we need first. We need a rebuild, back to basics, rebuild of confidence, back to basics, start being harder to be, tighter in midfield and winning games. It's a lot about taking chances. We do get chances in games and we don't take them. It was Nunez tonight, could be Salah next week, you know what I mean? So goals change games, but before we're talking about rebuilds and transfer windows, which can't happen until at least January, we need a reset and a rethink and a rebuild in mentally. That's what Liverpool need right now. I think FSG dropped out of the race to buy the Brazilian club. They refused to go higher than $100 million. Wow. Maybe Elon Musk will buy Liverpool. Yes, but I was told... I sold to buy Becker and Vivi. Yes, but they sold to buy Becker and Vivi. Yeah, of course it was Coutinho. Yeah, big money. It was Coutinho. Yeah, it was. And that helped, as you say. Would we have brought them in without Coutinho money? Probably not. Probably not. That was a good bit of business. Rice, Bellingham and De Jong, please, says Carl. Now you're asleep dreaming, baby. One of them would do at this moment in time. Liverpool giving their fans an early Halloween horror show. It was a scary thought. It is a scary thought. Halloween is on Monday. And that was like Halloween. That was a Halloween show at Liverpool tonight. A Halloween pumpkin show tonight. Really was. I've enjoyed the last few years. Always knew a drop-off was coming, but not this low, says Eamon. Yeah, we all know cyclical, drop-offs. You might drop the fourth or third even from being first or second. But the drop from outside even the Europa League places at this stage is just a drop. Are FSG spending Liverpool's revenue from last season to buy a Brazilian club? They were looking at a Brazilian club, of course. I think they've got to do something. They've got to probably look. There's got to be a lot of pressure on FSG now in this window. Certainly next window, but this window, I mean, really, really big pressure. I'm sure Klopp. Look, I'm sure they're not stupid. They're watching the game. Do you know when Linda Paluzzi, who's John W. Henry's wife, usually tweets after a win? You know, she won't tweet after a loss. Alan, that's why I asked the question, says Salvatore. A big rebuild needed. Problem is, rebuilds take time. Rebuilds take money. Do we have the time? Does Klopp have the time? I'm never going to give up on Liverpool, but God, they make it hard sometimes, says Carl. Look, it won't stop me loving Liverpool. Won't stop me following Liverpool. But I want them to start winning again. Wrote the papers for tomorrow there. Probably be able to sell that headline, horror on Halloween for Liverpool. Or Halloween horror show at Anfield. Oh my God, what a shocking gift from Gomez. You only seen it now? Yeah, it was bad. I mean, Alisson slips, but it still wasn't at Alisson. Alisson, even if Alisson wouldn't have slipped, he still would have had to make up ground to get to the ball. The fact was the ball wasn't to Alisson. It was the other side of Alisson because he didn't look up. That was my argument with Gomez. He did not look up. He played it to the other side of him, and then he slipped, you know, and then couldn't recover, and bang, early 4th minute present, an assist by Gomez. It was a lovely finish from Mo, to be fair. Great ball in from Robbo. Lovely finish. He sort of put his foot up to tap it in. It was a good finish, but didn't do a huge amount after that. And we looked dangerous at times, but so did Leeds. That was my problem. Leeds looked too dangerous for my liking. And I was saying it at half time, it's too chaotic, it's far too open. We were far too open. And Leeds, fair play to them, big win for them, 2-1, away win. They needed to win as well. They needed to win as badly for us for different reasons. But very, very disappointing tonight, I have to say. Will you sell Salah for Bellingham, Rice and De Jong? For the three of them, probably. But that ain't going to happen. That's like a dreamland type thing, is it? I don't know, but look, Salah's world class. Let's put it that way. I mean, he scores tonight, didn't play well. Gets goals for us. Scored a big goal midweek against Ajax. He'll keep scoring goals, there's no doubt about it. If the other players chipped in with goals like Salah, we'd be okay. There's the answer, you know. We do need De Jong, big wages. What's he on, $500,000 a week? We won't pay De Jong's wages at Barca unless we take him for second half of the season, maybe pay half his wages with a view to signing him, take him, sign him and bring him in type of thing, maybe. Can you see a Jude Bellingham coming in January? I can't. I really can't. Crisis talk should be held in the morning, in the boardroom on Monday morning. Ain't going to happen. It is Halloween on Monday, Eamon. It is Halloween on Monday. I'd call them tomorrow instead of Halloween. I really would. I was a keeper semi-pro. I barked and commanded my defence as great as Alisson. He's not in charge, so no information. I don't know, can he even hear the shouting of like 50, 60,000 at a match? I don't know. I still blame Gomez. I mean, if you don't know what's behind, we've seen it through the years. The player has the ball and he plays it back without looking, and there's a player in behind it and he scores. You know what I mean? I've seen it loads of times. Players giving the ball back, thinking no one's behind them. And the player runs in behind, scores. You know, the back pass. So, oh my God. I'm not watching Match of the Day tonight. It ain't going to happen. I'm not going to watch it. I'm not even going to record it. Because that was an absolute shit show by Liverpool today. 2-1 at home to Leeds. Oh my God. The record, Van Dijk's record's gone. The Van Dijk record, unbeaten record is gone. 29 matches unbeaten in the league is gone for Liverpool. Okay, you've got to lose it sometime. You've got to reset, but not like that. Not like an 80-minute Somerville goal. I need a lot to do for that. Let me just let him do it. He had 2 defenders to beat, and he beats Alisson into the corner. Far too easy. And we never looked like we were going to equalise. Did we? No. De Jong owed 7 million, I read, but buying club will probably pay on the quiet, so we are out. We are out of the reckoning. He's owed 7 million with Barca or something, yeah. Yeah, that's a weird one. I think Liverpool will stay way away from that one. The De Jong, can't see them going for him. United might come back in for him, but there's something going on there, isn't there? There's something wrong with De Jong, you know what I mean? But guys, let's get that like button up to 30. If you get it up to 30, and I think I'll call it a night. We're on 25, so get that up to 30, and we might call it a night. What do you think? But as I say, guys, just an absolute shit show from Liverpool. Absolute shit show today. I don't know what to say after this. I'm nearly run out of anything to say. It's been so bad. Look at the head on that fucking beer. Fucking hell. That's how bad it is. Leeds with a better side tonight, says Henry. Leeds were good from start to finish. They deserve something out of the game. You could say a draw would have been probably about right for chances and possession and all that. But for attitude, you'd probably say Leeds deserve to win. And that's the big thing, isn't it? Attitude. Shouldn't be questioning attitude for Liverpool at Anfield. Shouldn't even be coming into the equation. But at this moment in time, everything's coming into the equation at Liverpool. It's an absolute shit show. Banter. Banter's starting to be a banter club, guys. Especially with the United fans, the Everton fans. Those two, especially. What has happened? Everybody's saying it'd be headlines tomorrow. Halloween shit show at Liverpool. Wow. They probably have a Joker mask on Klopp. We're going to come to us. Who's coming? Who's going to come to us? Yeah, who is going to come to us in Europa League? Forget about Bellingham. I haven't been talking about Bellingham. Can't see it. I still can't see it even if we get Champions League. Unless we win it, maybe. But I don't see the Bellingham. I always thought he'd go to Madrid. I just always thought he'd end up in Spain. I mean, playing in sunny Spain on probably $500,000 a week. Chance of winning the Champions League and the league every year. I know who you're going to go to. Let's be real. Unless you're a boyhood Liverpool fan, which I don't think he is. Okay, Klopp still has that pull factor. Klopp still has that factor where people want to play for him. Yes. But you'd be looking at that team going, Forest Beaches, no fight. You're getting older. Can that team win the league next season or fight for the Champions League next season with that team? No investment. That's what they look at. That's what their agents look at. That's what the player looks at. And that's where you have problems. Henry, thanks for popping in, my friend. Hit the like before you go. Get it up to 30 likes before we go. Have a good night, because we're going to need a good night after that shit show at Anfield. Absolute shit show. Absolute shit show. Yeah, guys, look, I won't be staying on much longer myself. I'm tired after that. I'm really, really tired after that. I'm going to have a few beers and just try relax, but not watch Match of the Day. Certainly not going near Twitter. I mean, Twitter's an absolute shit show. Stay away from Twitter tonight, guys, because it is an absolute shit show tonight. And it usually is if Liverpool lose. But we've lost 4 games, guys. 4 games. We're only 12 matches in. That's unbelievable. That is unbelievable. Still can't believe that. That is just, I'm going to say relegation was mid-table. It's mid-table. It is mid-table. Players got to start looking at themselves. Maybe Klopp has to look at himself. FSG have to look at themselves. Everybody's got to stand there and look in the mirror and go, what is going on here? Back to basics, resets, whatever you want to call it. Got to do something, and do something fast. Because this season is just running out of options. Running already. We're in October. Okay, it's November next week, but you know what I mean. And I'm worried. I'm worried now. Elon Musk, forget Twitter. Please buy Liverpool. I did do something maybe on Twitter later about that. He's a bit of a lunatic. I don't want him anywhere near Liverpool, to be fair. I mean, what's he going to do with Twitter? I don't know. He is a bit of a off-the-wall type of guy. But look, be careful what you wish for, guys. Be careful what you wish for on owners. You could get a Glazers type. Could get the Glazers who take money. I know they invest, yes. They invest in players, and United spent a lot of money this summer, but the club is in huge debt. Absolutely huge debt. Do you want all the debt on Liverpool? They'll buy players, but they'll put it on the club, use it as debt, and take out 50, 60 million every single year. And over 10 years, that's $500 million. Over $500 million every year. The Glazers taking money out. So be very, very... Do you want Saudi? Do you want Saudis? Do you want Chinese owning the club? I mean, human rights and all that type of stuff. Klopp blaming injuries again, I can see. We're all tired and emotional watching the Red Men, Dave. Paul, yes, of course we are. I put a lot into Liverpool, of course, midweek. With Twitter, watching it, Instagram, doing videos. If that happens, popping it up with a quick short, 15, 16 second video. People even ring me, nearly ask me for the bloody team, thinking I'm mates with Klopp. I'm not. But so there's a lot of energy goes in, and when you lose, the energy just goes down. And luckily, over the last 4 or 5 years, there hasn't been many of those moments. But now it seems to be the last 2 3 months has basically been more down moments than there has been the last 4 years. Now, how the hell does that happen? How does that happen? Is it time we drop the heavy metal football and go back to pass and move to prevent injuries? Maybe there's a problem with the injuries as well. I mean, the injuries, I think, is a medical issue. I know we've no doctor and stuff like that. It's the intensity, it's the age. Intensity and age don't go together, but they do go together with injuries. So, I mean, reset. Look, I don't know. Maybe the World Cup, that 4 or 5 week gap, they can reset, and that might be handy for us. I think it probably will be handy for us, to be fair. I'd be more worried if the World Cup wasn't there. I mean, another 4 or 5 league games thrown in on top of that till the window. But the fact that we've only got 2 league games, one away at Spurs, one at home to Southampton. Then when we come back after Christmas, I think on Boxing Day, we play Aston Villa away, who won't be Stevie G. Actually, they're hammered today, Villa, didn't they? 4-0 by Newcastle. I think it's Leicester then on Boxing Day, or 30th of December. So there's a lot to think about, guys. An awful lot. Klopp isn't as detailed oriented as I thought we would be. We wouldn't have had these system issues otherwise. It's loud mouth football. Hit the like, guys. Let's go. Stay on a bit longer. We get up to 30 likes. Let's go. Hit the button. Beep. Look, I mean, I'm sure Klopp's looking in the mirror himself. Pep Linder's looking in the mirror. They're all looking in the mirror going, what the hell is going on here? What is going on here? From being wow to uh-oh, we're in trouble, guys. Oh, I'll have to leave it there. My voice is gone. We'll give it 80 minutes. What's that? 3.5 minutes left. Try to get to 30 likes though. Like, share, sub, do what you want. It's going to be a long season, guys. This is going to be a long season. This is going to be crazy for probably all the wrong reasons. But losing 2 at home to Leeds is not good. If it was a good side, really, Leeds did play well tonight. But I mean, they're bottom for a reason. Forest were bottom for a reason. They haven't been playing well. They've been getting beaten. They've been letting in goals. But tonight they looked like they were Liverpool and we were Leeds and we were home. That's the worrying aspect. That is the worrying aspect for me. We looked like the away team tonight. We looked like Leeds United that hadn't won an 8. We looked like a team second or third from the bottom. Instead of a team that had a chance up to the Forest game, had a chance to get right back into that top 4 race. And I was looking at the table saying, right, Forest away, win that. Leeds and Anfield, that's surely 6 points in the bag. And all of a sudden, it's 0 points in the bag. And that's not good enough, guys. That is not good enough. The players need to have a hard look at themselves. Probably Klopp too. I'm going to get behind them and we're going to go again, basically. But we got to do better than this. We can't be letting fans down like this. People Saturday night went in there, paid good money, big money. I mean, it's a 50, 60, 70 pound for a ticket. Never mind hospitality. To go in there Saturday night to watch that absolute tripe dished up on a dirty plate tonight just wasn't good enough. We'll go again. Yes, we will. We've Napoli at home. It's a dead rubber, really. But, you still want something out of it. It's a dead rubber. It's at Anfield. People are paying in. You want something out of it. But we've 2 league games, guys. 2 league games before the World Cup break. Spurs away, hot and cold, don't know what to get. You're going to have Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. This is going to be the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde show because both teams won't know what they're going to get. Won't know what team Liverpool are going to turn up, and we won't know what Spurs team. Probably cancel each other out and be a draw. Then we've Southampton at Anfield for the last game before the World Cup, and we got to win that. Simple as. We've a League Cup game against Derby thrown in. Couldn't care less about it. We got to get points on the board. We got to do something quick. This season is slipping away. Thanks for popping in. I'm going to try, I say enjoy me Saturday night, but you know what I mean. I've enjoyed it. Get behind the team. They need us right now. They really, really do. But it is not good at the moment for Liverpool. We have lost by 2-1 at Anfield tonight. A late Somerville goal We were bad. We gave them a goal, an assist by Gomez. We scored one through Mo Salah on 14, and then I thought, here we go. We're going to win the game. Everyone, relax. Enjoy your night. Enjoy your weekend. It is only football. Or is it more than that? But Liverpool certainly have got to get their act together and get it together quick. This has been an instant reaction. I'll do something tomorrow, I'm sure, when it's a lot more calmed down. The voice is gone. The beer is gone. It's finished at Anfield. Liverpool have been beaten. The record is gone. Liverpool 1, Leeds United 2. Congrats to Leeds. A lot of soul searching. Thanks for popping in. Hit the like, hit the share. Cheers, guys. Talk soon. You never walk alone.